Well, hi everyone, and welcome to another 3-minute lockdown reflection. My name's Phil. I'm doing this video on behalf of Paul Douglas today, who asked me to record it for him. So, as you can see, I'm in a rather unusual location for this one. I wonder what your ideal lockdown location would be. Probably a big house with a big garden, good weather outside obviously, so you could sit out, nice food and drink that you had available, plenty of TV and internet and phone access and so on. That's a million miles away from the person in today's story. It was dark, it was damp, it was dingy, it was smelly. This was the location that Jonah found himself in. Because what had happened, God had asked Jonah to do something, and Jonah decided he didn't want to do it. He wanted to do it his own way and tried to run away from God. He ends up on a boat with a load of other people, and that just brought trouble on himself and all the people with him. So much so that they decided the only way out of this was to isolate, and they isolated Jonah by throwing him out the boat. So Jonah ends up being swallowed by a big fish and ends up in the belly of this big fish, whale, whatever it was. Well, that was the dark place. No internet, no TV, nothing like that. All there was time to reflect on his life, the decisions he's made, and where he was at. Could he really run away from God? Was life better his way or doing it God's way? Hadn't God always taken care of him before and promised to do so? Well, his exit strategy was simple, really. As he spent time with God and reflected on these things and just prayed, he was forgiven by God. He was restored in relationship, and he took up the mantle to serve God and commit to following his way again. The big fish spews him up on the beach. Jonah goes to Nineveh and he talks to the people there like God's asked him to, and their hearts are changed too, and they were spared the destruction that was going to come to them. Great news for all those people. Could it be that God wants time alone with us now in our lockdown situation? Could it be He has a plan for each of our lives? Are we so busy living our way sometimes that we might miss out on the better way that is God's way? Well, Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you hope for a future." Let's not then waste this opportunity. Let's use it to strengthen our relationship with God, ready to be used by Him during and after this lockdown. It's much better doing it His way than ending up in a soggy lockdown situation.